Welcome back to another edition of the KrisCross Corner podcast. I'm your host, Chris Canty. We got the great debaters in the house. We got Marcel Smith and we got Basil Lowe.
What?
Before we begin, tune into the KrisCross Corner now. Tune into the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Every episode released will be on YouTube. Go to KrisCrossCorner.com for merch. Use promo code BLACK, BLACK. As you can see, Basil has the Black Excellence t-shirt. He is, show a little higher, Basil, a little higher. There you go. Black Excellence. Get your Black Excellence t-shirt or hoodie if it gets cold right now on KrisCrossCorner.com.
We got an idea for the warm summer coming? We should
What?
start doing tanks.
Tanks?
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess. Who wears tanks still? What is it, 1992? I never seen like tanks being. I've seen people wear them over the summer, but it's usually on like a stupid hot day, like 90 and up. Which in Detroit we get quite a few of those, but you know, it's not the best piece of clothing. But I mean, it's an idea, and I'll keep it under consideration. But for right now, we have no tanks, but I could make some. All right.
I was like, let me know. I'll be the first buyer.
Hey, all right. Well, we have some bad and good news to start off the show. So Detroit rapper Skilla Baby was shot when he was ambushed like Tupac and Biggie style on 8 Mile last week in Redford Township. It wasn't in Detroit. It was Detroit adjacent. It was Redford Township on 8 Mile and Beach Daily. He's doing better now. He was just at a concert, the 42 Doug concert, where he was, he came out and he showed that he was all right. He still had a cast and everything. He was shot a few times, and right now he's he wasn't in good condition to get out the hospital and perform on that night. So prayers for the family of Skilla Baby and prayers for all the people who are affected on that day. I don't like shootings, especially when it involves anybody. When it comes to driving on the road, please stay aware of who's next to you and who's driving by you on the road, because you don't want that to happen to you. Now that we got that out the way, we're going to talk about some sports. We got the Lions. Aiden Hutchinson was seen at the Allen Park training facility running. I don't know if it was at full speed, but he was shown running and jogging with the team for their OTAs, which every team, actually think 20 teams started OTAs this week, and the Lions were one of them. The schedule was released for the Lions. Now, let me tell you, them tickets are ridiculous. Like opening day against Chicago, the cheapest ticket is probably $550. Standing room only.
Makes you want to go back to shit in the bed, right?
No, hell no. I'd rather watch the Lions at my house or at a sports bar like everybody else. Bring the sports bar culture back to Detroit. A lot of sports bars died in the late 90s and 2000s because Detroit was, on the decline when it came to sports. But now sports are coming back, and I think the sports bar market might just come back to Detroit. We have a few spots in downtown. We have the Corktown Tap House, which is now open on Michigan Ave across from the old Tiger Stadium. And we have Gillies on Woodward down the street from Comerica Park. So those are your high-end sports bars, okay?
I mean, we could always watch the sports at our favorite bar, Detroit Beer, or Detroit Beer Brewing.
Detroit Brewing or Detroit Beer Company?
Oh man,
that's the one on Broadway, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know. I think that was the beer company, Detroit Beer Company.
Okay, so I was right. I was like, as soon as I said beer company, I'm like,
because it's the Detroit Beer Company, and then around the corner there's Buddy's right there.
Yeah,
which is also a good sports bar to watch the game. Depending on which sport it is. If you're watching the Tigers, you might not get in there. You might be standing outside. But Lions and like Pistons and Red Wings, you might be able to get in there. Not sure where Marcel is. He's probably over there, making his food for the game tonight, but it's all right. We have the Red Wings. Should the Red Wings bring back the aggressive Bash Brother antics to the NHL? I believe they should. I believe they should go back to the Rough House. Because I miss those days. Actually, I haven't seen a lot of teams do that now.
Especially since if we're not going to get into the playoffs, let's at least make the season entertaining.
Right. Like check somebody, like hook somebody,
Right.
Just go crazy. Let me see. Let's do the other white sport. Let's do the Detroit Tigers. The Detroit Tigers, as of now, are 35-20, which is the best record in the MLB right now. Like, we're the best team in Major League Baseball right now. And it's scary.
Wait. I thought, hold on. Is it right?
I just looked it up yesterday.
Because I thought Philly.
No, they have like 34. I think 34 or 33 wins.
I'll say, last I saw, they were up by 1. So I guess Philly has.
Who cares about Philly and their baseball team? Philly's not known for their baseball.
Hey, I'm just glad my Cubs are right up there. Like, we're right up there with
right now.
Yankees.
For right now. Wait, June is coming. June is coming, Basil.
I'm knocking on wood.
The Cubs will never win another World Series for another 108 years.
You shut your pie hole.
Hey, the only white people say pie hole. Black people say shut your motherfucking mouth. Shut your pie holes. You fucked me in the ass, Tom. Yeah, I wanted to go to the Baltimore game, but the Baltimore game's looking stiff too because it's on a Monday. I want to go to the. I really want to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers game, but that's looking expensive as well. It's like $500 for 300 level. I'm like,
how much is the Packers game?
Packers? Let me check real quick. Because we're at Ford Field?
Yeah.
Let me look up real quick what it is. By the way, the Packers are trash. They're always going to be next to us in the standings. But for right now, let's just pray that that's on Thanksgiving, actually. Which Thanksgiving is always the a really expensive game as well.
That's right.
Even more expensive than the regular tickets.
It's gonna be about $800 at the
standing room only is $424.
Oh, that's half of what I thought it was gonna be.
But if you want a seat in the lower bowl, we're talking $1,000+.
How much for a nosebleed?
Which is wild. Let me see nosebleed. Nosebleed, we got. Okay, row section 328, row 17 is $650. So yeah, I guess I'm watching Thanksgiving game at home, making some turkey.
Yeah, I guess I would have trouble trying to convince people. It's like, I'm not coming to Thanksgiving dinner. Why? Because I'm going to be having a cheesehead on my head, and I'm going to be in Detroit
and wasting your money. Because 300 section, row 17 and 300 section is wild.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And you said 600 what?
$650. That's before you park. That's before you get concessions.
There's not even that. It's
and that's
gas,
before you eat.
Parking, concessions.
And that's before you eat Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
And that drama fest that it is. Like, you got to do all that stuff and then eat at Thanksgiving dinner. Depending on if you win or lose, hey, that's your Thanksgiving.
Hey, since it takes time for me to get up there, I could try to just completely avoid and be like, hey, sorry, I'm going to the football game. Maybe you'll see me on TV.
No, not at 300.
Yeah, I know.
Not at 300 section. They better get the club section on TV.
Get that break out that 84-inch 8K TV. You might see me.
You should. Yeah, getting your ass beat. By
I was
Detroit fans.
you might. I need to have a bunch of Lions fans.
Like Tampa Bay, can we get Tampa Bay? Something. Okay, standing room only for Tampa Bay is $200. We might be able to get in there. But why get a standing room only ticket if you could just watch it at home?
Right.
That's just dumb.
If I'm going to do a standing room anything, I could just do that at a crowded bar. It'll be cheaper.
Hey, wait, $300 cheaper.
Yeah. Well, that just means you spend.
Okay, maybe $250. Maybe $250.
Yeah.
So we can go to Atlanta game.
How much is the Atlanta game?
It's a preseason game, so the tickets are like $10. Shoot, I want to go to the Mercedes, but I've never been inside. I've been past it. I've never been inside.
I'm good. I hate driving anywhere near the metro area of Atlanta.
Oh, you're good. You just got to go at the right time, which is late at night.
Yeah, it's just like they're gonna be like, "What you doing here?"
Oh yeah, for sure. We go to the Cincinnati game. The Cincinnati game is actually very expensive, but we're gonna move on from the Lions. We're gonna talk about my Pistons. Should they run the same roster from last year? I believe they should.
I would say honestly, I was actually very surprised on how it all turned out. If it ain't run it again. Who knows? It might be the embodiment of if it ain't broke.
I mean, it was broke this year because Isaiah Stewart was injured and Jaden Ivey was out. So if they have both of them, I think we'd be seeing Pistons versus either Indiana or New York right now. Actually, we'd be seeing them versus Indiana right now.
Yeah.
So
no, that's what I'm saying though, is just with even those two injuries, you got this far.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, maybe finally you guys know what you're doing.
I mean, them know what they were doing. It's the JD Bickerstaff and Monty Williams last year before he got fired called the NBA out. They've been cheating this whole entire time. NBA has been really they've been down on Detroit and all the small market teams for this long. And now they're mad that you have 3 small market teams still in the playoffs. The NBA is scrambling right now because they're down 3-1 right now. Indiana about to beat their ass.
I while I was camping this weekend, I saw one of the games.
You were camping? You were camping and you watched the games? That's not camping.
I was in
You cheated the system. You cheated the system, Basil. You're supposed to watch the stars.
God, no.
What game did you watch?
The Pacers-Knicks game. The one where the one that the Knicks have. Where it was like, okay, looks like it's gonna be 4-0.
Yeah, the Pacers definitely pulled the Celtics that night.
Yeah.
It's like the bad thing about that whole game is Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson were in foul trouble since halftime. And they let them come back from 20 points down. That's the crazy part.
What was so funny was I was even walking by and there was an RV. Now, if you want to say about cheating the system as far as camping, walked across an RV that had a big old TV and folding couches and love seats, watching the game outside of the RV. It's like, well, shit, you might as well watch it inside the thing. What the fuck are you? Anyway, I'm walking by. I'm like, what's the score? And I was like, oh yeah, Knicks are gonna lose. And then
they won. They came back.
Yeah, the updates. I pull out my phone. I'm like,
It's just I don't know. I mean, maybe they just wanted one win so they can bring it back to Indiana. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Man, if they pull a Toronto, that would be hilarious.
They're gonna pull the Detroit Pistons. We're gonna lose one just so we can bring it back to Detroit.
No, I'm talking about like a Maple Leafs. Like you think they're just gonna like make it through.
Oh no!
It's gonna go
The Maple Leafs, the Knicks, and the Cowboys are all the same. They gave you so much hope. They give you so much promise. They build it up to get to the finals or championship, and then they lose.
Yeah, but see, they already went 3-0 before that game, so it's like, all right. So who knows? Indiana could let it go all the way to Game 7.
They ain't going to Game 7. They losing tomorrow night. I'm booking it. They are losing tomorrow night. It's going to be, OKC is about to whoop Minnesota right now. So it's going to be Minnesota versus, it's going to be OKC versus Indiana Sunday night, Game 1. Okay? It's about to be a wrap.
Can I say a hot take?
Yeah.
I do not want OKC to win.
That's not really a hot take because they are the best defensive team in the NBA.
Oh no, I mean like I just want as long as the team is still in OKC, I want them to suffer.
Hey, I said this before in chat. It's OKC's title to lose.
It is. They're the best team so far left in this whole thing.
And so far, the top teams other than OKC have been fool's gold throughout the entire playoffs.
Well, Boston, they were injured. Chase Tatum got injured. That's not really
their whole offensive scheme is to chuck up threes and pray. That's not a recipe to win. You don't have anybody to drive down that. You don't have anybody to drive down the lane and just
exactly. You have to switch your strategy up, especially when you're up by 20 plus, and you blow a lead. Like Indiana should have did that, but guess what? They just chucked threes and did some stupid plays, and they came back with Jalen Brunson and Cat with 4 to 5 fouls each. Like how? Did you see that 1-3 that Cat did? He didn't even jump. He just said.
It was like he just lifted his heel.
I said, God damn. If Cat could do this, we got to re-strategize the entire NBA. We got to do like a 5-point line or something. We got to do what the Big Three's doing. Did you hear about what the Big Three's doing? They're doing like city-specific teams now.
Anybody trying to try out?
What does that mean?
Like the different teams are going to be in like the cities. Usually there's like 6 teams that travel city to city. They play 3 games each, but now cities will have their own team. Like Bivouac would be like from Indianapolis, or the Three-Headed Monsters will be from Chicago, like that kind of thing.
What sense does that make?
It makes good. I mean, hey, the Big Three has been making so much money since the inception. So I think that's a good step forward for retirees or from G League players who wanted to play. So I think it's good for basketball at least. What else we got in sports today? Oh yeah, DCFC. They are about to. They have an aggressive timeline because they want to make this. They want to construct the stadium before 2027. And if you look at your clocks right now in your calendars, it is 2025 right now, and it's very hard to make a
2 years. 2 years ain't enough to construct a stadium.
I mean, as Buffalo, they tried to do it in 2 years, but there's gonna be. I think they have one more year to finish that stadium. So let's just be there. So. It's going to be, of course, the stadium, of course. It's going to be back towards the railroad. And then they're going to have a huge parking structure that says DCFC in the front when you come off the freeway. So you say DCFC. So that's going to look good. Let me see. I don't know how many seats it's going to be, but we'll just wait till that happens. But yeah, soccer is on its way up in Detroit. It's always been up since 2012 once the team was incepted back at Cass Tech High School. And they got too big for Cass Tech, so then they moved to Hamtramck High School where they're at Keyworth Stadium. And they've countlessly sold out with standing room only numerous times at that stadium. So
at Keystone?
Yeah, at Keyworth, yeah. And now they renovated it, got new suites, got new seating areas, and I'm gonna go this year to a game, maybe 2 games. So, because I love sports and I definitely like soccer, so I will be there.
I was like, I want to go to another game.
I mean, they all right.
All right, what you talking about?
That's because you got to go on the other side where all the shenanigans are happening. That's the thing.
I'll go to that side if y'all go. I'm not going alone. Last time I went, it was a thunderstorm, and I got wet.
You will.
So I didn't want to be over there with the wet people. And they didn't stop chanting either. I was like, hey y'all, it's wet. It's raining. You've done all you could to cheer the team on.
It is 27-55.
It sure is.
The second quarter.
Hey man, hey, run it up. Keep the starters out there. They want to go to the finals. They better keep everybody out there.
And they just stole the ball.
All right, so we have Detroit. The movie nights at Campus Martius is back starting in June 13th. We have Mufasa the Lion King on June 13th. Sonic 3, June 20th. Wild Robot on July 11th. The Meg on July 18th to kick off Shark Week. Shrek on July 25th. Emperor's New Groove on August 8th. Hey, I might have to go. August 15th, you have Twisters. And August 22nd is Moana 2. So, movie nights at Campus Martius. I might have to go. They got Emperor's New Groove going on down there.
That would be the one that I would go for.
You ain't going for Shrek?
You ain't representing family?
Shrek 1.
What'd you say, Marcel?
He not representing family?
That's messed up.
You said it was Shrek 1, right?
1, the first one, yeah. You know that's the best one. Stop it.
I don't know. The second one's
debatable.
pretty funny.
That is debatable, Chris.
Debatable? What you talking? Shrek 2 has some funny moments.
There's a lot of funny moments.
Just a few. Just a few. Just a few. That's a whole date night. You can go to Texas Day Brazil and then hit up the movie afterwards.
Oh, while spending $50.
That's kind of a weird combo.
Honestly,
that's not good combo. What you mean?
I mean, if you really think about it, most couples are going for the more adventurous type. So maybe you do want some,
some bacon wrapped chicken. You know what I mean?
Give him surfing.
You don't have to eat everything. It is all you can eat, but you don't have to eat everything. You just have to have a plate or two and then get out of there. And Marcel's and Basil's case, maybe a plate or 4, but it's okay.
Hey, I at least exercise after I eat.
You go to exercise. You got to walk to the theater. You got to walk to the outdoor theater.
Would.
And so far, nothing's happened at these things, so we're good. All right. All right. Here's our favorite segment. Things they don't teach you in school. All right. The inventor of Pringles
was black.
No, the inventor of the Pringles can is buried in a Pringles can. So Fred Bauer had part of his ashes stored in a Pringles container after he passed away in 2008.
I wonder what flavor.
Really? That's
hey,
you know what?
If it's a Pringles can, I'm just wondering, like, chances are he was probably like he wanted it in his favorite flavor.
Okay, first of all, if you're getting buried in a Pringles can, your family must not love you enough.
No, but he invented it, so it makes sense.
He gets a mulligan. Other than that,
it can't be the original, not the red can.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, what was his favorite flavor? Because I'm assuming
sour cream and onion.
Maybe it was the pizza.
Oh, I hate the pizza flavor. Pizza's the worst.
You mean Italian tomato ketchup?
Oh,
pretty much.
All right, Canadian.
Man, I don't know. I tried a Pringles flavor over this weekend that was just it was chili cheese fries.
Oh Lord!
It was no. It was like as if you went to a crappy hot dog place, like when you get like a shitty hot dog chili, and they just sprinkle, not even fully melted cheese.
Bezo, I don't know anything about that.
Wait, why are you putting cheese on a coney?
No. When you go to a coney and you ask for chili cheese fries.
Oh, chili cheese. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like real shitty chili with like barely melted cheese. Like it's still kind of like.
Wait, why does the cheese have to melt?
I need my cheese.
Man, melted shredded cheese on chili is delicious.
But why is it melted? Chili cheese fries ain't shredded cheese though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Imagine if you went to a place that did such a shitty job.
But they didn't do a job at all. They didn't make chili cheese fries. They just made some crappy mess because they was on a budget.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. This is what that Pringles tasted like. It was like horrible.
We're Detroiters, Bezo. We want to know what bad chili is.
Yeah, we know what bad is.
You guys
if
know
it's bad, we won't talk about it.
Yeah, we ain't talking about some bad stuff. We just gonna look at you and be like, yeah, we ain't going there ever again.
Exactly.
Never going there.
And that's that Pringles.
And speaking of chili cheese, cheese is the most stolen food in the world. About 4% of all cheese produced globally gets stolen.
I mean, I would think so because some of them just be dangling in some shots, just like.
I mean, we keep cheese in a bunker, and actually not a bunker, bunkers. So I could believe it.
And speaking of cheese, the Coopers Hill cheese rolling competition happened last weekend. It is the Daredevil race where participants chase a 9-pound wheel of double Gloucester. I don't know how to say this. Double Gloucester cheese down a very steep hill. The first person to cross the finish line wins the cheese.
It's like a 50-degree or something like that.
Concussions are required.
Man, they gotta roll something else down that hill for me to go down the hill. They gotta put something else. If you know
they gotta offer up a cash prize, some land, dual citizenship, something.
I was like, you don't get just the cheese, you do get more. The whole thing is
they better shoot. They better roll.
They better. I be seeing those videos of the race.
People be dying.
First of all, it's stupid as hell not to degrade tradition, and it's kind of hard to declare a winner when most of your participants are having CTE on the bottom of the hill.
Hey,
no, that's how it works. Whoever lives at the bottom and picks up the wheel of cheese after it's got on the bottom of the hill, that's how it's decided.
I ain't getting the cheese. I'll be at the top of the hill like, hey, y'all, I got here. I'm here.
I'm black. I don't
Let's do some sightseeing.
I'm black. I got common sense.
There were some black people doing it too. I saw the video. There were some black people out there falling down the hill.
It's pretty much the English equivalent to the running of the bulls.
Oh,
no, it's not. It's the English equivalent.
That's more dangerous than a damn cheese race.
No, it's not. It's equally equivalent to the damn NFL draft. Like, why are these niggas traveling across the country, across the world, just to hear some names be named in front of the whole world? What's the point?
Yeah, but you're not guaranteed concussions though.
Yes, you are.
Okay, no.
Especially if you're the home team.
And if it's in Philly.
And in Philly, you're about to get your bell rung. No pun intended for Philadelphia. But yeah, this is just a stupid competition. And speaking of stupid, we got stupid criminals in Detroit. Now, the following stories are true stories and should not be duplicated by listeners of the podcast, as they highlight how criminal incompetence leads to hilariously swift justice. Listener discretion is advised.
Do it. We need the traffic.
Now, in Charlotte, North Carolina, a dispute over overcooked biscuits escalated when a Popeyes manager, Rodney Wood, allegedly shot at a coworker. Okay, the altercation began allegedly. Okay, so the altercation
that shit.
The altercation began inside the restaurant and continued outside, resulting in Wood being charged with attempted first-degree murder. A fight over overcooked biscuits.
I don't know if it's a Popeyes and it's overcooked. Like y'all complain about them being dry as all.
They are dry biscuits, though. They are dry biscuits. But if you burn them, like, that's your whole job, guys.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, I feel like that in itself.
I think they
on the cook's end. That's attempted
murder
too.
I think they burn their biscuits and just spray paint them on there. That's the only way I believe they get hard.
Stop.
They're not supposed to be hard. They're supposed to be. Actually, I had the best McDonald's biscuit sandwich last weekend. It was fresh. Fresh. That thing melted in my mouth. It was
big bag.
Oh, I don't care. It was so good. And because of Trump and he's throwing out the Hispanic people picking oranges, the small orange juice at McDonald's is now as big as a shot glass now, and it's like $4.29. He's like, here's your. They said, here's your small orange juice. It was smaller than my hand. I said, hell no. We gotta bring them back.
Back in my day, you know how much a supersized meal cost?
Less than $4.29.
Mm-hmm. You getting big for less.
It's crazy.
Big for no reason. It was cheap to be a big bag.
Now you actually have to try. Like, why are you spending $12 on a McDonald's meal? Is wild to me. 65-32. Can't make this up.
God damn.
But
the bench players.
Yeah, but Oklahoma City's on their way to the NBA Finals. We're gonna get that out the way. My top 10 list this week is a top 10 list that will get everybody talking this week. We have the top 10 movie villains who were low-key right and low-key had a point.
Thanos for obvious reasons.
I did not put Thanos on there because Thanos' whole thing was just dumb anyway. Like, why are you killing half the world? But anyway.
At least the movie version, I think the movie version makes more sense than the actual, like, canonically canon, like, reason.
This whole thing about population control is dumb. It's a wacko thing, crazy person. If people think he had a point, then they're crazy as well. Now, we're going to move on to my top 10 list. Number 10, we have Lotso from Toy Story 3, 2010. All right. He had a structured system, so no toy gets left behind, okay? If you went against that rule, hey, you're going to be dealt with, okay? Going to be dealt with. Cute bear. It's always the people in Toy Story that like slowly come in as a character who are always the villains, except for one.
If I'm going to be honest, though, it almost seemed like Lotso and Stinky Pete had the same sort of motive.
We are not finna psychoanalyze toys, for Christ's sake.
They both just wanted the attention. They both wanted love.
Mm-hmm.
Just one wanted to be in a museum.
Right.
I love.
All right, number 9, we have Miranda Priestley, Devil Wears Prada, 2006. Though she was tough, she wasn't evil, but everything had to be like the best. About to be of excellence. Like if you were not on her level of excellence, you were like
you don't run a multi-billion-dollar fashion line without chasing perfection.
That's true. And that's why we understand. That's why she has a point.
Especially since she had to work that extra hard just to even get to where she was.
True.
So she's just stuck in that mode.
Mm-hmm. Number 8, we have Count Dooku, Star Wars Attack of the Clones, 2002. He literally warned to everybody that this nigga was playing both sides, and nobody took him seriously.
Actually, that's more of an indictment on the Jedi than anybody else.
I'm just saying. He even told Obi-Wan Kenobi to his face, like, "Yo, Chancellor Palpatine is evil." Okay, like, look at me. I used to be good. Look at me.
At least here, I will say this: Count Dooku, especially if you start watching like all the other shows, it actually makes sense on why he did it. Wasn't it because he was like Palpatine, where he's like, "I'm just evil." Like, ugh. It was just okay. The Jedis say they want to do good, but they're doing shit wrong, or they're being too weak.
Bro, there was so much wrong with that Jedi Council. It's not even funny.
Yeah, true. You're right. And that's why he left.
So much wrong.
Number 7, we have Don Vito Corleone from The Godfather.
Who would ever say, wait, villain?
Nigga.
I wouldn't say villain. He was just a family man.
Nigga.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the thing. He was a family man. But, nigga, you're part of a criminal family. You're a villain. You're a villain.
Hey, sometimes you got to go. Sometimes you got to cross that line to protect family.
True. See? That's why it's on the list. All right. Number 6, we have Dr. Octopus. Spider-Man 2, 2004.
The Marvel version of Mr. Freeze.
He just all right.
Wow.
He literally just wanted to create renewable energy for humanity. Okay, that's all he wanted to do.
Yeah. In pursuit of it, it did end up killing his wife, and
yeah. I mean,
it did to him. No.
I mean, the whole should have dodged.
I feel bad for the guy, you know.
I'm sorry, but the whole should have dodged.
Mm-hmm. Number 5, Darth Vader. He was definitely manipulated.
He was.
Since he was a little boy, he was manipulated.
It's really complicated because he
since the beginning, he's been getting a raw end of the deal, from being a slave in Tatooine to being undervalued in a Jedi Council, especially by Obi-Wan. He was a real thing for that. Not to mention he was a whiny bitch. He was a whiny bitch. He said, "Yo, you on the council, you on the highest thing of Jedi, but we're not gonna give you master." And this nigga bitch, like, nigga. And Obi-Wan was like, "Yo, they put you on the council. Shut the fuck up."
You're doing. You know what? You're doing something that no one
ever happened.
You know what I think? I think they just put him on the council just to babysit him. I mean, think about it. He has the highest midi-chlorian count in all of history. You really think you're going to leave that man unchecked, that unpredictable, that emotionally unstable?
Mm-hmm. Smart.
And you let this man get a lightsaber?
He gave this man a lightsaber. It's true though.
Man, Star Wars. I know what Star Wars.
Just given him a light butter knife.
I mean,
no, don't do that. That's even worse. Now he's going to be coming up to people like and shaking people.
I mean, the Star Wars.
That's not good either.
There's one thing the Star Wars universe don't believe in, and that's therapy.
No, they don't.
Because Anakin needed a lot. You know what the fucked up? One of the fucked up thing about it is he loved his wife, Padme, from episode 1 to episode 2 to episode 3. He just figures he gets a vision that his wife dies. And you know what this motherfucker Yoda said to him? Let go of everything you fear to lose.
Mm-hmm. Which is
hold
hard
on. In a way, though, it is kind of sound where it's like, hey, because we get the same thing with our deaths, where it's like, hey, don't mourn, because they're gone. Just think of all the good times. All you gotta do.
But this is while she's living, though.
While she's living,
it could also. My whole thing with the whole premonition is just like, okay, hey, Just make sure you just keep an eye on her. Don't try to do all that other crap. Just like have C-3PO be like, hey, yo, go in baby monitor mode.
Hey, and for the love of God, he had twins coming, man. He had a lot on his plate.
No, he didn't. He was good.
A wife, 2 kids on the way, a bullshit order, galactic devastation everywhere. That's a lot.
Okay.
I don't blame Anakin for trying to find a way to save his wife, but
he did kill people, including children.
Eventually, a motherfucker gonna have to wise up.
Right.
Well, that's just he was manipulated because he was so easy to manipulate. Is the problem?
He still had that.
Yeah, he was. It's all right. We got number 4, Magneto, X-Men series.
Yep.
Nigga took the Malcolm X approach. Okay. He said, "You come at us. You come at us with your guns. We'll come at you with our guns."
I don't blame him for that one goddamn bit.
You gonna take us out? We're gonna take you out.
I mean, think, okay. If anyone from the audience that's listening to this and from YouTube, have you seen X-Men 97?
I haven't.
That motherfucker was right.
Yeah,
he's been right. There's no question about it. That's why he's on this list so high.
That motherfucker been right.
He said, "They want to kill us, huh? They forgot we're mutants."
Wait. He's like, I know I can go with humans and beat this, do this, and then that's sure they're killing us and whatnot just for being a little different, but I'm a mutant. I could kill you.
I can make it happen.
I can make it happen.
I can stop planes in the sky. Okay.
I can make it happen.
I don't think you want to be the president of the United States with Magneto running around with that helmet on. Okay.
You don't want to be anybody that's carrying a normal gene.
Hey, he'll get it.
But hey, I love Professor X. I think he's a smart man. He does what he can for the mutant community, but sometimes you just gotta buck back,
Right. You gotta buck back. All right. Speaking of bucking back, number 3, we have the Wicked Witch of the West in both the Wizard of Oz and the Wiz. Okay, I did this just for Bezo, just so we can make a point.
Why? No. You know what's the worst? You know what's the worst fucking part? Now that you just brought this up,
here we go.
What?
So we're talking about doing theater tickets for like a date night and all that. And I know how she likes. I'm like, okay, I'll go take you, say, Les Miserables, whatever. She goes, hey, can we go see The Wiz also?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
No, but just like,
I mean, if you want to, I'm not going to stop you.
It's based off of Wizard of Oz, though.
It's the same story. It's not the point. No. It's the same story. It's a better story. It's way better than The Wizard of Oz. There's better music, better dancing, and a quicker plot. The Wizard of Oz.
Why is she? But one thing that's a little fidgety. Why is she number 3 though?
She number 3 because not only she wanted revenge, because not only did Dorothy land on her and kill her sister, she stole her shoes.
Hey! First of all, in the world of insurance, that's an act of God. Shit happens.
She fell on her sister with a house and stole her shoes.
How was she supposed to know that a house was going to fly on top of her ass?
First of all, that never happens. That never happens.
Her paraplegic sister, may I add.
Oh no, them legs were safe.
No, they done curled up. Remember on The Wiz?
Yeah, curled up with the wheelchair underneath the house.
No, I don't know. I don't know about that, but this is wild. Like, yeah, she had every reason to go after Dorothy and that little dog too.
It's a little dog. I'll get you, my pretty. It's a little dog too.
Like ketchup or mustard on your hot dog. I was like, God,
that was foul.
I was like, damn, you could at least put some relish on it.
Oh, so now we cooking the dog now, huh?
That's what she always gave up the shoes. She's like, don't touch that. Okay. That's the best part of the show.
First of all, if you coming in a what was it? Okay, first of all, you working in a sweatshop.
Hey.
You didn't think, bruh.
It's on her seat was a toilet. That's the whole thing. You're allergic to water.
That sounds
but
like
your throne is a toilet.
That sounds like a real fuck up for the architecture team and plumbing too. Shoot.
Hey. There's gonna be a lot of garbage today. Like Willy Wonka said, there's gonna be a lot of garbage today. Number 2, we have Killmonger, Black Panther, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Clear from the beginning of the movie that he was an anti-hero, not a villain.
All right, here's the thing though.
Just misunderstood.
He went about it the wrong. He had the right idea, but the wrong way to do it.
True.
There's an old saying that for Black people, you cannot tear down a master's house with his tools. And that's exactly what Killmonger did. You slowly become the enemy. You become the one thing that you hate the most.
True. And speaking of that quote, we have number 1. We have the Joker from The Dark Knight. Chaos incarnate. He exposed the thin wall of a civilized society.
Doesn't look like a man with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just loses their minds. It is.
Hey, and if you watch Joker from 2019, you can understand.
Not the second one.
Not the second one. The second one was bullshit.
Hell no.
The second one was horrible.
Yes.
If they would have just got rid of the singing and the other stuff, it would have been a great movie.
I don't know about that.
It would have been an okay movie.
It would have been a better movie than what we got. Way better than what we got because break away the singing every time is crazy.
That's the madness of the Joker.
So
I mean,
it's I don't know. They should have did that movie way better. But those are my 10 movie villains who low-key had a point. If you have any other villains, please let me know. And on the KrisCross Studios Facebook page, let us know what I missed, what we could do, top 10 lists for future lists later on in the year. We're almost halfway through the year. It's May 28th, so
don't remind me.
Man, you're right, Marcel. It's halfway through the year. Your birthday's in a few days. What you doing?
Not a damn thing.
Last year was too much?
I'm old. Leave.
No, you're not. You can do the same thing you did last year.
The fuck I will.
I'm just trying to get back.
I want to go this time, damn it.
Yeah. Basil's coming this time, so.
Oh, hell.
We're going to see how wild Basil can get late at night.
You bring that cheese hat, it's game over.
All right. Speaking of that, we're going to get off the show right now. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'm your host, Kris Canty. We have Basil and Marcel on the show. See you guys next time on KrisCross Corner.